when it comes to your rental property, what is fair wear and tear versus damage when it comes to your tenants? I'm here today with Joanne Danckwardt from one agency, JD Property Agents. And Joanne, I'd love to know the difference. What is fair wear and tear? What do we classify as a prime example of that? And then what is damage that then, and who's responsible for the different sides?
Yeah. It's a very, very grey area often, and people find it quite hard to determine, is it wear and tear or has it been deliberate damage, like malicious damage, or whether it's an accidental damage. So there's all these different sort of areas that you can go into to try to determine it, and that's where an experienced person really is needed, because you know, every now and again we even go, oh, now let's think about this before we go any further, or before we say anything about it. So normal wear and tear is due to ordinary day-to-day use of something. Yeah. And the main thing that you'll notice is high traffic areas in a carpeted hallway, say, and over time you'll see that it's just starting to get that look. Oh, we know exactly where the people are walking and where they're not, because you'll have raised carpet on one side where it's not walked on, and then more depressed carpet in the centre of the high traffic area. So that's normal wear and tear. And I will tell you a little bit of a story, because I have an investment property and I wasn't looking at it for a long time, and then I went there and I had a look and I was a bit shocked, because it had what I thought deteriorated over time, but it really was wear and tear, because it was a number of years of not going and looking at it. So it's quite good if you can to actually go to a routine inspection every now and again, so that you keep up to date with the state of the property at various years. So now we move on to other types of actual damage, because there's deliberate damage and then there's malicious damage. So malicious damage is intentional, you know, where somebody is wanting to harm the property and really do some damage to it. Whereas deliberate damage is an act carried out without the owner's consent, with the full knowledge that the action will cause or alter the state of the property. Wow. So yeah, it's a fine line. And the other thing that's really interesting is it can be deemed to be damage from a tenant who notices that there's something wrong with the property, like a maintenance issue. It might be a drippy tap, and they don't report that as having to be fixed, and it is dripping down into the cupboard area underneath, and it's causing more damage. So you know, that's you know, something that could cause extensive damage. So it's really it is it's really important that the tenant report maintenance issues, because then it can be deemed damage from the tenant if it becomes extensive, because they haven't told us about a maintenance issue. So yeah, there's a very grey, lots of grey areas.
Right. And then of course accidental damage as well, I guess.
Yes.
Who's responsible for the accidental?
Well, most of the time it is the tenant. It's not deliberately done. They're not trying to, you know, hurt the property on purpose, but they do have a responsibility to keep the property in the state that it was given to them. So even accidental damage is something that they need to repair. So if you have a child bouncing on a bed and they end up falling off and putting a hole in the wall, it would be that tenant's responsibility.
Yeah, perfect.
Hopefully
Thank you so much. That gives so much more clarity, because it is such a big area and lots of grey areas in there as well. So thank you so much. If you have any questions around what is fair wear and tear, what is damage, and all those different types of damage as well, please give Joanne a call here at one agency, JD Property Agents in Fairy Meadow. She'd love to talk to you about it. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.